I'm there. Okay, I'm live, but I'm in a different stream, so we just have to direct everyone over here. I guess I have to try and figure it out. Not sure what happened. Yeah. But I see you. Woo! Hey, what's up? Welcome, Leonard. How you doing, my brother? You good? I had to change the link. I'm sorry, man. We're waiting for everybody else to come on over. Welcome. It's good to see you. I am blessed by the Most High, and so are you, Leonard Duke. We are both blessed. We're very blessed individuals. Once we are awake. Hi, Mary. Hi, Marianne. What's up? Charmaine, what a go on? How you guys doing? It's good to see you here. We have a lot of people coming on over. I established a different link, but for some strange reason, I just couldn't go on that link. So we're trying to get the word out to everyone that this is the link. So if you're near to any of these people, just let them know that this is now the new link. Just copy the link and share it. I have no idea what occurred. I am still very new to this process. Hi, Andrea. Hi, baby. How you doing? What a go on? How you doing? Welcome as we wait for everybody to come on over because there's a lot of other people on the other side trying to get over. Hi, Donna. Bless up, Donna. You're there. Nice that you're here, sweetie. What a go on? Big up. Leonard, you good? All right, so this is my second live on YouTube, and the first one was fun, and I'm hoping that you will have, you'll enjoy this. I'd said earlier we had already shared a different link. There was a lot of people waiting, so hoping that we can get them over to this live stream. For some odd reason, I simply couldn't access that link. But you know, say, I don't know what about them something, right? Oh, let me break that down. I don't know that much about all these things. Hi, amazing Maisie. What a go on? How you doing? You good? Thank you for coming on over. I have no idea what occurred. Cannot tell you. Do not know what occurred a while ago. So in the live stream today, we wanted to discuss. Hi, SF Rose. How you doing? How are you? Hi, Aisha. Isn't she lovely? Yeah. Isn't she wonderful? Yeah. I know you love that. Hi, welcome. Glad to have you here. It's so good to have you here. I really enjoyed your live stream earlier. I had fun. You're so informative, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, SF Rose is like my sister. Okay, we've known each other forever, and I cannot stop singing her praises. We have had a few moments where where we have disagreed, but the truth is she's always right, and I hate admitting that. so welcome. I hope we can get the other people to come on over. But I'm really grateful for the persons who are here. What I wanted to talk about today was to talk a little bit about my growing up experience, just me growing up and parenting, and the fact that I think I have two daughters, and I think that because I was the kind of child that gave a lot of trouble, I believe that I am now paying the price for being the kind of child that gave a lot of trouble. I grew up with my mom and my dad. Fortunately, I was very fortunate. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and my dad, worked. He had a couple of businesses. My father was what we call in Jamaican parlance, a natural hustler. So he had several businesses. My father, of African descent like myself, had a Chinese restaurant. I want you to hear what I said. My father had a full-on Chinese restaurant. So my parents were my father was really good at the hustle of the game, right? So my mom used to do a lot of baking in the house, and I have a sweet tooth. I love, 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 love sweets. And I remember my mom, one of my favorite cakes is, I don't know if you have something you call pineapple upside down cake. Anybody here, y'all know what pineapple upside down cake is? Anybody knows what that is? I mean, it's baked upside down with the pineapples at the bottom, and then they flip it over, right? So my mom used to make these amazing pineapple upside down cakes, and I decided one day that I wanted to steal some. Yeah. So what we did is we literally went into the kitchen, and the cake is like this. So the cake is like this, right? This is the cake. Hi, amazing, Maisie. So this is the cake. Carter, Amy, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. Tony, welcome. Nadira, thank you all for being here. So the cake is like this. So what I decided to do was I decided to cut the cake halfway like this across, right? And like this across. Pull out the middle section, put the cake back together, and then re-icing the cake. And I thought that would have worked, but it did not work. My mom figured out very, very quickly what I was doing, like fast. So the truth is, all right, being parents, I think, is a y'all should stop laughing, because all of you have done some stuff like that in your life. As children, we do some very strange things, and we are convinced it's going to work, right? All of us, we have done it. I am not BSing you. You've all done it. So the thing is, being a parent, I realized, because your parents always gave you rules. Our parents always give us rules. Even at this stage, my mom says, Peter, no, don't do that. Peter, do this. And I've always like Mom, come on, I'm grown. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby. Hi, Linda. Hey, what's up? So I realized when I realized I was going to become a parent, right? I mean, first of all, like most of you, I was terrified. I was really, really terrified of the idea of being a parent. But I tried to be cool about it, I tried to, and I know that because we all talk about planned parenting, you make a plan. But the truth is, let's be honest, most of us who have children, they were not planned. They started us, came here. So when I realized I was gonna have my first, I was really, really terrified. And I went to my mom and I said, okay, Mom, what should I do to be a good father, to go a good parent? And she said, well, you're fortunate you have a father who was a great, great father, amazing father. So try to be like your father. So my daughter gets here, baby. And Tony, I don't know if you have children, but any man here in the stream will tell you that the first time you hold your own baby, it's kind of like this, because you don't want the baby to fall. You're terrified of this idea. And there's no school that says this is how you should hold a baby. Mothers, for some strange reason, y'all just say, oh, baby, come on, baby. We men were like this. We're terrified because we don't want the baby to fall. That's the truth. Now, my first great test with my child was this. She pooped. Yeah. She pooped. And I said, Linda, you go and clean it. And Linda said, no, you go and clean it. All right. So this is like rocket science to me. All right. So first I had to figure out, I took out the diaper and stuff because, I see myself as being like the cool man, the cool guy. I got to be cool. So I'm cool all the time. Right. So I take the diaper out, I put Nyla down, I put, she's on the towel, I have all the accoutrements, all the things I need to change her. And everything is going well, and I undo the diaper and I open it, and then this, how do I put it? This scent hits me. Now let me tell you something. We love our children, but at that one moment when that scent hit me, I did not love my daughter. I don't know how women do this. That was a different kind of experience for me. But because I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I decided I am going to do this. So now that she's looking at me, you know, she's like, daddy, what are you doing? Don't, yeah, this be cool. And I'm you know, negotiating it, and then Linda is standing right over me, you know, to make, because mothers always do that. It's like you don't trust the father, so she's standing right over me, like she's like, we don't do, no, don't do that. And I am just negotiating, and everything is kind of going cool and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this. And I finally, after maybe an hour, I change her. Don't laugh. No one in the stream should laugh at this. This is very serious stuff. Nobody laugh at this. Okay? You women are being insensitive. Do, do not laugh at me. So after about maybe an hour, to me it felt like an hour. It was probably really more like a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And when I finally changed her, and I picked her up, and I'm like, oh, daddy loves you, daddy loves you. She's like, oh, daddy. And I picked her up. I salute 77. Welcome. And after like this happened, she pooped again. Why do babies do this? She literally pooped almost instantaneously, like again. And I turned to Lynn and I'm like, baby, you should. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. You need to go do it. So I had to go back into the room, and then the thing about babies is that they have that look, they're like, remember that sitcom that used to come on, and he used to say, did I do that? Babies look at you like that. So after all of this, and I change her, she literally poops again. And I'm like, my God, no. Did she actually just do this? And I had to change her again. Here's something that I've always wondered, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me. All right? Listen. Wayne's a slot. What's up, man? Let me ask you a question. How come when we're in school, they don't have like a class, just in case you become a parent, where they teach you these things? Because they tell you all the book stuff like, babies, you should hold the baby in this particular manner, have the baby sleep this way. But they don't talk about the real issues. The real issues are like the pooping, all right. So Nala used to do this and Kai used to do this. They would chew something, and you're with them. Oh, I love you, daddy loves you, and they chew this thing up, chew it up, and then they put it out of their mouth, and then they stick it into your mouth. And for some strange reason, as parents, we feel obligated to eat it. Now, if you've never had that experience of being a parent, in some instances, count yourself lucky. Because the thing is, when they chew that stuff up and they push it in your mouth, and they think they're being nice and kind. So you have to now eat this. Parenting, especially at that age, it is terrifying. Be honest, it's frightening. I don't know, maybe I think maybe I don't want to be sexist, or say the wrong thing, but I kind of think women are naturally good at this kind of thing. I don't know how we all do it, but most of my male friends, we have had these kind of conversations in private, where we concede, okay, here's the other thing, to discipline. What do you guys do when you discipline your child? Now, the thing is, before you have a child, you have a mental image. I'm going to be a stern father, I'm going to be law. I'm going to be the law and order in my family. My children are going to not only love me, but they're going to fear and respect me. The truth is that does not happen. Okay, Nyla is now 14. So at about 13 years of age, she's in high school now. And I am the cool dad. Well, I am the cool dad. I'm not BSing you. I'm the cool dad. I'm the dad that everybody wants to hang out with. So I normally pick up her and her friends and I take them to swimming. And one day we're coming over from swimming, and she's now, understand, she was 13 at the time, and this destroyed me. All right. Her friend Mia said, Nala said, Daddy, I don't feel well. And I said, oh, baby, you don't feel well? You don't want to go swimming today? Okay, we'd have to go swimming. And then Mia, her friend, said, oh, Uncle Peter, Nala has you wrapped around her fingers. And I mean, these are like, 12, 13-year-olds. But for some reason, my ego is bruised. And I said, no, You know, I am the disciplinarian in the family, and all 4 girls, 5 girls in the car said, "No, Uncle Peter, you are not the disciplinarian. Auntie Linda is." Now, let me explain something to you. That destroyed me because up until that moment in my life, I honestly thought in this household, was the law of authority. You know what I'm saying? My brothers, I want you to understand this. When it comes to your parents and your family, in most instances, you admit we are not, no, we're not in charge. We think we're in charge, but the truth is we definitely are not in charge. My issue with parenting, honestly, is that I keep wondering, they teach us math, physics, geology, all kinds of stuff. Don't you think that they should actually have seriously, a class or classes in school, especially when we hit like maybe 8, 9, 10, all the way up, that teaches us how to deal with our children? Because I think that might be one of the reasons why we have so many issues. Because I'm telling you, I think I'm averagely intelligent. I'm not going to say I'm brilliant or anything, but I really think that being a parent is a serious I don't know how to express it. It's a frightening process because you are in charge of the life of someone else. Now, there's something I was thinking of sharing with you, but I think my daughter will never forgive me ever in life if I share this with anyone. And so I can't share it with you. But let's just say I really had a lot of delusions when I became a father. I really, and remember, I have 2 girls. I have 2 girls. And my dad taught me, if you were at the last live, you might remember I told you that my father said, you want to know anything about a girl, you ask a woman or, a girl. Men, we have no clue about a lot of things when it comes to are you amazing women. And so I have 2 girls, and when they both hit about, the thing is, when they hit maybe, I'd say about 8, between birth and about 8, 9, 10, when they look at you, they look at you as if you are the most amazing thing. Nyla and Kai would look at me like, my dad is Superman. My dad is amazing. What? Do they not make you carry a raw? Oh, yes, they do, but that's ridiculous. It's a raw egg. Come on. Amy, Carter, come on. Amy, Carter Club, you know that's nonsense. It's an egg. We all know it's an egg. Listen, I remember my egg breaking and I went to the store and bought another egg. It's an egg. It's not the same thing. And admit it, many of you, Aisha, you know I'm talking the truth. Many of you, your egg broke and you did not, you replaced the egg. That, to me, I never understood the logic of that. It's an egg, people. It's not a real person. Children are not eggs. They're not just, they're not just quietly sitting in the background and just chilling. They're children. They can be difficult. Do you know what it's like when, okay, I'm being tactful here. They're children. They're not eggs. And when we did that ridiculous thing when I was in primary school, I think I was in primary school. Even then I was like, this is ridiculous. It's an egg. I had a friend, Courtney, who went home and cooked the egg. I am not joking. He fried it. This actually occurred. So it's just an egg. I think we need real parenting. Like you really sit down with the children and say, okay, this is what you're going to have to do. This is what you're going to need to expect from children because it's terrifying. And I think that's why sometimes we have so many issues with our children because we have no clue. Listen, it literally took me, it took me like an hour to change Nyla's nappy. I had no clue what to do. And listen, I know the instructions are all there now, but here's the other thing too. Because you don't want to hurt your child, you tend to be very, very delicate. All right? When I was about 5, I don't believe in hitting children. My father never hit us. And my mom slapped us up until we were about age 7. And Nadira knows this. Some of my friends in the chat know that I'm very serious about never hitting a child, right? I don't think, in fact, I made a mistake of telling Nyla, speak your mind, baby. It's okay. You have a right to make, I can't just impose my will on you. This is one of the reasons I think we shouldn't fuss at boys for playing with dolls. They fuss at them for it. But who care, baby? Yeah, I kind of agree with you. at that point, I don't think boys know the difference between dolls. We don't know. We just playing. And in fact, I remember. Okay, I don't know if you had this game where you were from, but in Jamaica we have a game we call Dandy Shandy. Do you have a game called Dandy Shandy where you're from? Do you all know what Dandy Shandy is? Okay, Dandy Shandy is a game that girls normally play in Jamaica. So what it is you get a ball and they sort of stand up and you throw the ball at them, and if you hit them, they're out, kind of thing. Yeah, it's called Dandy Shandy. And I played Dandy Shandy a lot. Do you know why? The girls. It was an all-girl game. It was a perfect opportunity for a nerd like me to make a move on the girls. Listen, if I would have played any girl game because it was an opportunity to be with the girls. I have to be quiet because Linda might hear me. This was way back when. But I mean, yes, I played Dandy Shandy, and I of course, and I know I'm not the only guy who did those things. When I joined the drama club, right? I had no interest in drama. Drama what? But there was a girl named Janet, I won't call her surname. People. Janet. Mamma mia. Janet. Janet was gorgeous. And she went to St. Hugh's High School. And I'm telling you this without doubt. When the teacher came and said, boys, do you want to join the drama club? Come and join the drama club with us. And I was like, drama club? No, we don't do that. We're not going to do no drama club. And our drama teacher, he said, well, we're going to be doing it with the sixth form girls at St. Hugh's High School. And I was like, where did I sign up? Come on. The same thing I think with boys and dolls, man. Come on, let's just be honest. I joined drama club because of the girls. I think my entire life has been because, I was trying to impress some girl. It's the truth. So I agree with you. I think we fuss over many of the wrong things when it comes to our children, and the things that we should. Aisha was saying in her live before we got here, we were talking about one of the greatest fabrications, lies that we are told in the Western world. I don't know if they have this in the Eastern world, but I know over here they tell us this fabrication constantly. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words cannot hurt me. It's a lie. Words are the single most productive or destructive thing on the planet. You can destroy a human being with one word, with a series of words put together. So I think we have to be really, really careful what we do with our children, especially. I've tried. I mean, I don't think I'm a very good parent. I'm trying to be, but I've tried with my children to say, listen, express what you want to express. Be honest with me. I know that. I say words can destroy you, and we have to be really, really careful about what we say to our children and the impressions given to our children. I mean, you have to reinforce, we as human beings are fragile because before we become adults, we have to be children. And I think that's why, for me, parenting is so terrifying, right? SFOs, are you driving while you're listening to this? Are you? If you are, I would be very upset with you. I hope you are not. Oh, yes. Listen, the first time I did a scrambled egg, it was at St. Hugh's High School. Yes, of course I did that. Listen, come on. Of course, I did all of that in the hope. Listen, I was not the cutest teenager. So I had to do what I could to meet the girls. And my father said, listen, son, I can't say this. I have to be very careful. But my father said, son, if you make her laugh, you're halfway there. So I was fine with all of this. Yes. So I did learn to cook for that. I went to church. Yes. Before, after that makes, yes, I joined the church choir, Open Bible Church, Washington Boulevard, Kingston, Jamaica, right? Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive a king. Let every... Hi, Sylvia. Yeah. Of course, I'm not the only man who's ever done this. We've all done it. Women just But maybe y'all know and you pretend not to know. But we all did it. Every man. Well, you know, unless you were like super handsome or something. They called me greater face. I had so many pimples. They believe you could take a potato or a coconut and do this on my face. So I had to find a way to, you know, meet girls. So I did all of that stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's the truth. Nadia, why is it loud? It's true. It's true. It's true. And I know I'm not the only man. Men, listen, you know, I keep saying, why didn't I get a son? Because I had all the lessons, you know, laid out for my son. All the things. It was going to be like this. Son, these are all the things your dad did that didn't work. Do not do these things. These are the worst things you can possibly do. So whatever you do not do these things. They do not work. So I wanted to be able to sit with my sons. I've tried it with my nephews and stuff, you know, I'm like, yeah, you know, because here's the thing. My nephews believe I was like the Mac. You know, they think I was not. I was a serious nerd. I don't even know how I ended up with it. I was very, very fortunate. I don't know if I told you this, right? We're going a little bit off topic. But when I met Linda, um, I was doing this thing with Spike Lee. Yes, Spike Lee. He hired me as a lead in this commercial for Japan and Europe, and there were girls lined up to meet me, and Linda stepped in, walked right past me, and I was like, damn, damn, she looks good. Ooh. You know, and I remember I did my best, you know, walk over to her, my very best, my, you know, that any brothers, all my brothers here, you know that walk. You know when you step to a girl and you're trying to be really cool. So your voice changes. So your voice gets really low and everything changes. So you're kind of like, hi, my name is Peter Lloyd. Oh, what's your name? And she was like, Linda, how can I help you? I was just wondering, would you give me your number? Why? You know, and she took out her business card and gave me. Even I knew that a woman giving me a business card meant there was no hope. She gave me her business card. I tried to date her for 2 years. Here's the worst thing. I hope she's not still here. She was dating this guy. I couldn't, till today, I cannot stand this guy. He just thought he was like, you know, he was like cool. I could not stand this guy. Maybe I was just a little jealous, maybe. But I had it was hopeless. She just didn't give a crap. It's hard to be a man. And so I wanted to teach my son how to deal with rejection from women. Here's the thing, women, you are not rejected very often. It's really almost impossible for a woman to be rejected, especially in when men are trying to get at you. Men, we get rejected constantly. I mean, this happens all the time. No joke. This is a constant thing that happens to us. Men, any man here will tell you, we know what rejection is like. The thing is, though, what we learn as men is how to lie to our friends, our male friends, our brethren. You know, so you step into, all right, I learned this in a club the hard way. Never step to a girl, not in a club. It was after school, high school. I was 15 years old. I was stepping to Tanya Blake, and she was the hottest girl in Kingston. And Derek C. Williams, you know what I'm talking about, right? Greetings, Derek. Well, go on. Bless up yourself. Bless up, boss. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Bless up all the way from Philadelphia. Big up yourself. She was there. She's the hottest girl. So, you know, you women, because I know all of you are hot. So, you know, you're I'm hot. And then, you know, I was building up my courage to approach Tanya for maybe 5 months. And I decided this was the time. So I'm standing with my male friends. She has about 20 other hot girls around her, but she's the hottest girl. And I stepped to her and honestly stepped up to her and I said, hi, Tanya, because my voice was changing. And she just looked at me like, why are you even speaking to me? Women can be cruel. So what I'm trying to do with my daughters, because I'm fortunate, my daughters they're beautiful girls. They really are beautiful girls and they're beautiful people. And I'm trying to make sure that my daughters never, ever, ever, you know, do that. Because men don't say it, ladies, but we're a little delicate. We can be delicate. So here's a trick. This is what you find out, what we do, right? When she rejected me in front of all those girls and they were laughing at me, that was already embarrassing. So I had to turn now and walk maybe 20 to 25 feet to my male friends, right? So my back, I was all hooked over like this, but I couldn't let them know because, you know, for the rest of the week at school, they'd be teasing me about how Tanya Blake rejected me. So I stepped, as I started to walk towards him, I straightened my back, right? Straightened my back. And when I got over there, they said, Peter, what happened? And I was like, you know, she's all right, you know, but when you look at her clothes, she's really, she's not my type. She's not my type. Oh my God, that was embarrassing, man. That was embarrassing. Anyway, what I really wanted, what I wanted to get to is that for me, parenting, one of the things we have to do as parents is we have to try and reinforce our children in a very, very positive way, right? It's really important because I think a lot of the issues that we have around us is really based on persons who are damaged as children. I mean, you know, hurt people. I don't know if you've ever heard that one. Hurt people. And I really think it's really important that parents you have to be, listen, I wasn't the most patient person until I had my children. I learned to be patient because children are the most unpredictable things on the planet. And the truth is, I think, what's that? Daddy, what's this? And you really don't know the answer and you don't really care. Thank God for Google. I don't know about you, but I Google a lot. I really think that we should spend a little more time reinforcing our babies and reinforcing our children. I mean, I don't want to get too deep and heavy, but I just think it's kind of important because I really think almost all of us here in this chat, and to some degree, we've been hurt, you know, whether or not we want to concede it. So that I think if we can create a generation of people less hurt than we are, we're going to have a little less problems because we have a lot of world leaders who are clearly very hurt because they're so angry. They're angry about things that you don't understand. We have, you know, all these people that our children interacted when we're not there. So I try to create a situation where I don't mean false happiness, you know, like I don't mean like, hey, but you're not really happy. I mean, because children need to know the truth. They need to know that you're not going to always be happy. But I kind of think that what we have to do is try and reinforce our children. And in doing that, yeah, dysfunction everywhere. That's true, my boss, Derek C. Williams. It is everywhere. But we can change it by starting to reinforce each other. I mean, one of the missions of me as an artist when I got into the game of music and acting and all of that, as I evolved, I started to realize that one of the things that I could do is to try and help people to heal. Because a lot of us, I've had my issues, and I've been helped by the people around me and vice versa, right? And I know it goes against our instinct to work together, right? But I think when you work together, the healing comes faster. Just think about it. I mean, the healing comes faster. Aisha said something to me, said something in her live that really hit me. And I said, you know, I needed to mention something about it here. And it was the way that our elders, the older generation, and remember, to our children, we are now the older generation, how that generation impacted us because of their own ignorance, because of their own pain and their own animosity, their own anger. So I'm hoping that, you know, we kind of get beyond that point. I think I was just ridiculous growing up because, all right, Jamaicans have a saying, right? I don't know if you know this terminology. We say Jamaicans, you're fool. Fool. It doesn't mean that you're actually foolish, but it means that, you know, you're kind of happy-go-lucky, you laugh at everything. Because what that says, mindful of how you speak to your children because they're old. Yeah. Yes. There's like she says, there's a FB meme that says, be mindful of how you speak to your children because when they are older, your voice will be the voice they. Yes, you hear. If you talk down to them, they will talk down to themselves. That's very, very true. And that's something that I've tried to do, not just with children, but with everyone. Anyone who knows me will tell you that I reference everyone as king and queen. And people have even said to me, why are you calling me a king and a queen? And let me tell you why. Because all our lives we are told that kings and queens are the greatest. It's not correct. Everybody wants to be a queen. Well, most people are a king. But they don't tell you that we are all born as royalty. That's what I honestly think. I think every single person out there is royalty. It's just a matter of having them reflect that. And that might be one of the reasons why there's so much damaged people, so much anger, so much hate, so much bitterness, especially coming from the oppressor, right? Because these people have their own insecurities that they're acting out on everybody else. I really, really believe this. I mean, I'm no expert, but this is kind of like common sense. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not okay to be angry, because sometimes you have really legitimate reasons to be angry. All right. I mean, I was really angry when Tanya Blake said, I was really angry, but then I've always found a way to laugh at things because, I'm a fool. It doesn't make sense, I mean, to me. And what I want to do with all of you is, I mean, because we're becoming a family, is I want, when you come here, the experience you have is knowledge, wisdom, honesty, and laughter. Because those are the things that I think we all need. We all need those things in that sequence. We need to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you're going to go crazy. I mean, I don't know. I think the coronavirus has, we we need to be able to laugh, because if we can't laugh, I don't know if my desire when I was growing up at one point was to be like Richard Pryor or those great the older comedians. I mean, that's something I wanted to be able to do, but then I realized I wasn't very funny, so that wouldn't have worked out in my favor. But I just think we need, as a community, to work together. That's all I'm saying. One of the beautiful things that I'm learning about YouTube, because I'm really new to YouTube. I mean, all I used to do on YouTube, honestly, is my team would upload a video and that's it. And in fact, it was SF Rose. SF Rose was the first. Actually, the first person was Alice, and then SF Rose in detail said to me, and then Stephanie said, listen. But I realized that we need, as a community, to work together. And this goes against everything that we're being taught in the West. Meaning we're being taught, think about this, we're being taught these things so that it's easy to control us. Think about it. We're being taught not to question everything. I tell my children, question everyone, because every single person you meet, even me right now, we all have an agenda. The thing is to figure out if the agenda is in your best interest or your worst interest. Everyone. So I just kind of feel that as a community, once we start figuring out working together is better than going in the other direction, our lives gets easier, right? And my entire experience as a parent so far is really the epitome of that, because I think children teach it. When you really love your child, when you really love a child, the first time you experience real love is having a child. I'm not saying that if you never have a child, you're less than a person, because that's not true. That's nonsense. But when a person has a child, they'll tell you that's the first time you realize how committed you can be to another human being, which creates other problems for you. Because I used to be jealous of my children. Yes, I admit that. Some of you are jealous, but you won't say it. Derek C. Williams says, I tell my daughter to vet everything. Yes, my brother, nothing at all wrong to ask, right? In fact, if your children can't ask, something is off. And if you as an adult cannot say to someone why, and they can't give an answer, if they're upset about you asking, something is off. I question any situation where I can't ask, and that's a dangerous situation for us to be in. We should be able to ask. Yeah, I was saying I get jealous of my children because, all right, I don't know if this happened to you. My mom is still with us. I'm so happy. My father passed away. When my mom used to come and visit, she'd carry gifts to me and stuff. She'd carry nice things, and I'm like, oh, thank you, mommy, kind of thing. And then I realized that once the daughters came, my mom didn't. No, I'm not getting no more present. Christmas, nothing, no present, nothing. Everything, the babies, they get everything. And y'all know it's true. I know that you've had that tiny moment of jealousy, where you say, come on, man. It's like I don't exist anymore. And your friends come over, anybody who comes to visit you, nobody cares about you. Like, oh, where's the baby? Where's the baby? And you're like, I'm right here. So yeah, I've had my moments of just like a smidget of jealousy when it comes to my children. But yeah, Derek. We must tell our children to question everything. Any situation where you are not allowed to ask a question, then something is way off. It means that that person doesn't want you to think. And the two greatest tools that we are given, that's what my dad taught me. He said the two greatest gifts given to us outside of life itself is A, the capacity to think, B, time. Two greatest gifts. You're never going to get back time, so you have to utilize it properly. It is the ultimate currency, more valuable than anything else outside of life itself. And your brain, and my father used to say something that I thought was very controversial growing up. He used to say, human beings are stupid. And I used to say, what? Because my dad was the coolest guy in the world. I was like, Dad, why would you say that? And then when I got older, he said, you were too young to understand it. But let me tell you what I mean. Human beings can be stupid because they often freely give up their ability to think. And it's kind of true. We don't want responsibility for our actions, so we don't think. Anyway, this is not supposed to get this heavy enough. So I don't know why we're even going in this direction. But I'm just being honest. You are great. If you are great, if every single one of you here is great, then your seed, which is your child, is great if you have a child. You are great. Not enough people tell us this truth. You are great. This is indisputable. You're great. The very fact that you're still here, you're great. The very fact that some of you have lived through really negative things and you're still here, you're great. We have gotten to the point where we have started to value human existence by money. Money is a tool. Nothing is more valuable than you are. Nothing. Every time we lose someone, we lose endless, what's the word? I'm trying to find a word. When we lose a person, especially if they're young, I always think of what they could have been, what they could have contributed. You're great. I don't just say that lightly because I've traveled the entire world. The only place I have not been to yet, unfortunately, is Mama Africa. And I have not yet been to Japan. You're great. Our capacity to do amazing things freaks me out daily. Look at how we've adjusted to this situation. As hard as it is, you're great. So I'm hoping that we can teach our children their greatness and their value. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that all of you, when you leave here, will say, I'm great. It is not arrogance. You're great. Look, I was greater face. Greater face. Y'all don't know what a greater is. The next live I'll show you. But I was not like I'm not the handsome, But my parents taught me constantly, you're a king, you're a king, you're a king. Until I got to the point where I started to believe it. Hey, I'm a king, I'm valuable. And then I realized that everybody around me is valuable. So it became easy to laugh at myself. I could admit, yes, I was greater faith. I could admit that, yeah. Do you know at one point, listen, I want no one to judge me in this feed. If you judge me, we will not speak again. But at one point, Jamaica has a dance troupe called NDTC, the National Dance Theatre Company, NDTC. This is like the biggest dance theatre company in the Caribbean. They produce amazing dancers. The women are gorgeous. And I decided, I wanted to join NDTC. Now I have 15 left feet. 50, I cannot dance to save my life. In fact, tomorrow night we have battle nights here, and tomorrow night, or is it tonight? I think tonight we have dance off. We have a dance off night tonight, and I'm going to give you a little preview. Hold on there. I'm going to be doing you can't see me, but there's an Elephant Man dance called Panda River Panda Bank. So meaning we have a dance off. Meaning so Linda's going to dance, and then Nyla's going to dance. And then we judge each other. So two of us judge the third, right? And I hope SF Rose is not laughing at me if she's in there. And Aisha, I cannot believe you're laughing at me. All right, so this is the beginning of my dance, right? It's like this. Anyway, all right, let me go sit down. But I'm excited. So when I realized the amount of girls that were in NDTC, because I would go and watch the shows and I was like, man, those girls are good. I decided I wanted to join NDTC. I had no hope because I can't dance to save my life. Oh my goodness. Listen, if you're here in the chat, thank you so much. You've been here with me for a while. Love all of you. Right? If you don't know each other, say hi to each other, please. Meet my friend Mary Ann. We just met recently. Mary Ann is so talented. She showed me some paintings. She is amazingly talented. Nadira X, you gotta go check her out. Nadira X is awesome. Actually, that's cold. I must stick to singing. Listen, I'm going to tell you who wins the battle. Last night we had a playoff of we had a playoff of musicals and Broadway musicals and movie musicals. I didn't win. One week we had like a mix off. So we picked three of the best music videos. I didn't win, Nyla won, which is unfair. It gets really, really, really bad here. It gets really, really, really bad. So tomorrow I'm going to tell you when we speak again who wins the live. I will not lie. I will not fabricate. All right. This is not going to be an alternate truth. It's going to be the actual truth. I can admit it, but it's so funny how many things I've done in my life that were so driven by women. I moved when I met Linda. I moved from Kingston. That's kind of like moving from. I mean, Jamaica is much smaller, obviously, than the US, but it would be like you moving from New York to California to be with someone. Yeah, the power of women. They actually run the world. I know y'all like hearing that, but it's the truth, man. My brothers, we will admit to it. We'll admit to it that y'all run the world. That's just a fact of life. But what I want you to understand is what I've tried to do my entire life with people is to reinforce people. I'm going to tell you why I do this. A very, very wealthy man, I know, a billionaire, a real billionaire, told me something that I'll never forget. He said, if you live in a community and you make 25 million US a year, and you could decide on the income stream of all the people who lived in your community, would you want everyone else in your community to be dirt poor and you be the only super rich person in the community? Or B, would you want everyone in the community to make at least 5 million US a year? And I said, well, I think I would want everyone, to make at least 5 million, from a humanitarian point of view. And he said to me, this is not humanitarian, this is just good business. He said, if they're all poor, then they're going to be plotting to take your money and harm you. One. Two, if they're all poor, they cannot contribute to your company because the more money people have, the more money they can spend at your company. And then it hit me. Even at that level, we need to reinforce each other. We have to. You realize that we've been living in the world for the last, it's like hope was sucked from us. Hi, Deandra. Everybody, this is my friend, Deandra Bloomfield. She does a great vlog. She does cooking and juices. Hi, Deandra. How you doing, sweetie? What a go on? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Meet some of my new friends. Everybody say hi and say hi to everyone. These are great people. You will love to be around these people. So what I'm saying is, I have committed my life to reinforcing other human beings because I want to leave a better place for my children. If I can impact other people positively and make them feel better about themselves and be better as human beings, then they'll leave a better world for our children. If I can make more people happy and feel better and more successful at what they do, then it'll be a better world for me and my children. So ultimately, it's almost selfish. It is preposterous for us to keep fighting each other. It doesn't work. At the end of the day, it's really one earth. And what they do is tell you that you're divided. They create enemies where no enemy exists. There are situations where people of a different complexion or color, because the concept of race is ridiculous, because I don't know how to tell you this, but everybody is from Africa. Literally. That's facts. Go check it. Every human being on this planet came from Africa. Their ancestors came from Africa. So technically, we're all Africans. But what some persons have done, you know, that old saying, a house divided cannot stand, is that they've gotten you to think that someone else is the enemy. Maybe we're misunderstanding who the enemy is. You are great people. You have all done things in your life that you are very proud of. You have all been told at some point you could not do this, and you did it. You are not measured by your bank account. You have all shown enough to other people. You have all given when you had nothing to give. All of you, I know it. Don't let them bullshit you. We cannot stand divided now. That makes no sense. Who wins? Because we have a few idiots. All of us aren't idiots. You're being manipulated. Ask the questions. Love yourself. Reinforce your children. Aisha said something to me that Jamaica is a black country. It's an African country, basically. It's not, well, you know, people of African descent. The majority of us are Africans, and our government look like us. Everybody looks like us. I never want to talk about race because it's something, it's a non-starter. But I want you to hear what I'm saying. So Aisha said there's a thing that some people say in the US about, you know, well, you know, you're black and you're male, so you have 2 strikes against you. It's a lie. The enemy is teaching you that nonsense. Do not repeat that to your children ever. You are kings. You cannot have any strike against you. I don't care if you're yellow, pink, blue, white, green, black. I don't care. You are born in greatness. You're great. Don't let them deceive you. It's bullshit. The idea is to deceive you. Now, I can't tell you what their ultimate game is, but it's ridiculous. It's nonsensical. I've met too many people of every race, class, and creed who have helped me with no reason to help me. There are good people everywhere you go. There are more good people than bad people. One of the problems with the media, you know, is the media gives you the impression that every single white person is racist. Every black man is dangerous. Every black woman can tolerate pain. It's all bullshit. We're people. We're people who have had issues done to us. We're people who need to start being honest with each other. More importantly, we just need to be honest with ourselves. You're amazing people. I don't even know you and I love you. I don't need to know you. I cannot visualize the world with me and just goats. It would not be cool if every morning I woke up, all I heard was, man. Look, I love animals, but I don't know how that would work out. Who would I date? Who would I have children with? Listen, a house divided can't stand. Love yourself first, okay? Believe in yourself. If you have a doubt, it's okay. If you're scared, it's okay. If you're terrified, it's okay. None of that takes away from your value. If you are broke at this moment, living on the road, have nothing, it still doesn't make anyone better than you. Bill Gates ain't better than you. You are greatness. My life has taught me this. I am greatness. Everyone I know is greatness. Even the people I don't like are greatness. Every single person out there, their value can never be measured. Billy Goats Group. Derek C. My purpose in this channel is to reinforce all of you, is to love you, is to tell you I love you, is to say to you, love yourself. It's okay, nothing is wrong. Reinforce your greatness. It's okay for you to fail. It's okay for you to make mistakes. Like I did when I took an hour to change my daughter's first timer nappy. You are greatness. I don't think enough people tell us this every day. They tell us everything else. If you are a person of African descent, you are kings and queens. If you're of Asian descent, you are kings and queens. If you're Hispanic, you're kings and queens. If you're Caucasian, you're kings and queens. They're deceiving you all. Unfortunately, we have some people who are caught up in their hate. But you know where that hate comes from? Fear, insecurity, terror. Those people don't want you to understand your greatness. I love people. I've had my bad moments, but I genuinely love people. I love every single one of you. And I want you to start trying to love the people around, even the people you don't like. Because like I said, seriously, Derek, you don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and just goat around you. That would not be cool. We need each other. And they're trying. And I don't understand. I've never understood the purpose of these lies. We're told so many lies, it's comical. Christopher Columbus discovered lie. I was shocked when I met people who didn't even know that Egypt was in Africa. Huh? Listen, educate yourself. Know your greatness. I can laugh at myself because I know I'm an idiot. I'm fine. But I want you to understand the purpose of Black Light Records now. Our purpose is to love you. It is to reinforce you. It is to say to you, you are greatness. Because I think if I'm just one person in the wilderness saying this, we kind of need it right now. And I'm not doing this just because I love you, but I want to create a better world for my children. I don't understand many of the things I see around me. A lot of our problems are just because we are divided. It's just ridiculous things that should make sense. You would have milk and cheese, but no people. Thank you all for spending an hour with me. When I started to do the first time I tried to do this live, it was a nightmare. It just did not work. And a while ago, again, I don't know what happened. I'm not very internet savvy, but I'm learning. But I just wanted to say to you as we close off that if nobody loves you, I love you. I don't even need to know you because we all need some love. And all of us, even the worst of us, deserve some love. I grew up in a situation where I knew persons who were of unsavory character. Let's put it that way. And even those people wanted love. Even some of the crazy leaders that we have, even if they don't know it, they need love. Do not be driven by hate. It's a waste of time. Hate is a way of manipulating you. It clouds your judgment. You can't see clearly. I love all of you. I've met some amazing people. Charmaine Francis, say hi to her. Charmaine Francis made me cry. She made me bawl. Charmaine, you should not have done that. Thank you all for staying with me. Thank you, everybody who came and hung out with me. So the moral of the story is this: reinforce your children. Listen to them. That's something that we as parents, we often don't do, especially the older generation. They didn't listen to us. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And don't be caught up by the labels and the BS. At the end of the day, we all want the same three things. We want to have happy, healthy, long, prosperous lives. Two, if we have children, we want our children to have a better life than we did. And three, none of us wants to pay taxes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I know, Charmaine, I know that was not your intention, but I believe that we should not be. I believe when we do something that is done from our heart, that should be the payment itself. So this is what Blacklight Records is about. This is what Peter Lloyd is about. It's about reinforcing the people I love, and I love every living thing. I love all of you. And if you leave here and no one tells you this for the rest of the week, remember, I love you. You're going to have a great weekend. We're going to do another live. It's going to be even better than this one. And thank you for staying with me, all of you. All right? My kings and my queens, I love all of you. Do not tell anyone these self-depreciating things that I'm sharing with you. I have no idea why I'm sharing these things with you. And I will tell you who wins the dance off, and it is going to be me, SF Rose. It's going to be me. Carter Club, thank you. Aisha, love you. See you guys soon. All right, love all of you. Nadira, everybody who's here, thank you very much. Love all of you. My kings and my queens. You're appreciated. Bless you.